I was always really interested in how things work and also how people use things. I guess my interest in engineering, when I look back, it was probably all my life because I was always really interested in how things work and also how people use things to, to help their lives, because that's the way I've seen engineering. It's a little bit of a design and engineering blend. My parents were very artistic. My mother painted fine art, and my father was into graphic arts. So I had that kind of milieu to grow up in, and also had a lot of influences. For instance, my father used to restore antique cars, and I would help him do that. And I always just found it really fascinating to look at, these machines, this tech, and try to understand, what they were trying to do and how they did it. And there's always been a thread of that throughout my life, but there's also been the artistic aspect. It was quite interesting because as I was graduating high school, I did really well in math and science, but I was actually at that point really intrigued by music and film and photography. And I guess in retrospect, I took a bit of a detour there and eventually worked in film and music producing and graphic arts. So it was when I was working in film that I had a bit of a epiphany that I was, really interested in being in this creative field. But to some extent, I was more attracted to the technology of the medium. And it occurred to me that perhaps I needed to make a pivot, going from being technical in a creative field to being creative in a technical field. And so I went back to school, studied engineering. It was a little, tough kind of switching gears like that, but I did have that aptitude, so that helped. And I actually find that engineering to me was more rewarding creatively than working in film. That's when it really dawned on me that being an engineer is probably a good fit for me. And so I get a lot of reward out of it.